Hey, what's up, everyone? We are back. This week, it's just Jared and I. We're going to talk about some Marvel superheroes. The release is this Friday. I'm going to go over my pre release experience and any new thoughts on the set. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming band announcement. I think that comes out next week. So, Jared, what's up? How's
Not
it
much.
going?
I'm anxious to hear about. You've kept it a tight-lipped secret about your pre-release experience. All I know is the general vibe you had of it, but I want to hear the
And
details.
what was that? What was that general vibe?
That you did not like it.
Yeah, yeah,
Which you've joined my camp. I haven't even tried it, and I know I'm not gonna like the set. But I
yeah,
just don't like the vibe of the whole set, regardless of how well it might play.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
which it looks like it might not play well.
Well, I mean, okay, so just a caveat, I only did one pre-release, right? And I went 2-1 in the pre-release, so it was fine. The match I lost, I had the mole to 4, and I almost won on a mole to 4. I played a white, blue, I splashed a little bit of black. And you see, here's the
I hear it.
problem.
Mhm.
Like, okay, when you buy a play box, they give you that it's like a cardboard card that tells you what all the archetypes are. Like a pre-release box doesn't come with any of that. And so if you didn't do any research prior, you don't know what the archetypes are. So when I was building my deck, or when I mean, I can't even tell you really what the archetype of blue white actually is, uh,
I see.
because my sealed pool didn't really have enough cards to support whatever the archetype blue white was trying to do. And so off the top of my head, like I think blue white is a is
Does
it I
heroes
mean,
matter?
see the thing is I was gonna say it's draw 2 cards on one turn, but I think that's blue
Did that?
black. No, I think
Oh,
that's
okay.
blue black. So I don't
Okay.
even know what blue white's archetype is.
Mm.
So my deck was basically just a control deck. I just got all the removal counter spells in blue. I had this card, Agent 13 Sharon Carter. She was really, really cool, really good. Um, is blue white like a attack alone, like a exalted
Go to the white blue cards. See if
mechanic?
there's yeah.
See that was a big thing for me. I just didn't even know what the mechanics really were. Like I knew blue red was artifact, and that was the one
Mhm.
match I lost to. The person I played against had the Iron Man, the uncommon Iron Man, which was really good.
Yeah, and to be fair, like even there's one white blue card right that you passed right there.
Oh, I had Spider Woman. She was good, but it's not a. It was just a tap
Tap.
creature. I mean, it was see
Yeah.
that's what, I had this, and my deck was just a control deck. But I don't. It's is this the archetype?
And
Like
then
I don't
go
even
up,
understand what the archetype
go
is.
up, go up. There's right here,
The
the
Mighty
mighty
Thor.
Thor
No,
Jane
it's equipment. So is
attack
it equipment?
attacks.
Like it's see, this is what I was like very confused. Right. I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
see
yeah.
maybe in draft this set could be really fun. Because like look at the store card. Whenever Thor attacks, exile one target non-token artifact or creature. So like it blinks,
Uh-huh. And then
and
whenever
whenever equipment you control. So you want to blink your equipment
or
so that when it
creatures.
enters, you draw a card. I don't, but that's not the blue
Yeah.
white archetype. Um,
Uh-huh.
T'Challa,
Draw your second card.
second card. So is blue white draw your second card, or is black blue draw your second card? Because look at Kang. When you draw it, well, so
The
look, I'm
second
not
card.
complaining that they have
Yeah.
draw your second card stuff in blue white,
Mhm.
even if it's a blue black archetype, right? Because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that makes for more possibilities, more fun when you're mixing the colors together and stuff like that. I think there was just a
Mm.
problem in sealed because if you these are like if you don't get this stuff,
Mhm. Then
like
the decks don't work,
like the
right?
cards I got, like there's a lot of cards, and I didn't get these payoffs. Right, in
It
draft you
also
can like
seems
pick up the payoffs, but in sealed, if you don't open, it's all luck. If you don't open the payoffs, like what do you do? So I just built a blue white an Esper control deck. That's it. Like I had
yeah, and
some draw 2 card stuff, but it wasn't really.
and I mean, even me looking through the cards in the past, like I would have a hard time telling you what all of the archetypes are just upon glancing through all the cards. And
Like look at this
for
Captain
for
America.
us, yeah, becomes
It all
tap.
it does is untap a creature.
Yeah, so it gives pseudo vigilance to stuff, right?
Yeah, but that's not an
But it does a
archetype,
little
right?
but it does a little bit more, yeah. um the but I was gonna say for so it assuming that maybe the kind of idea in this set is that the archetypes are a little bit more fluid and they're not totally
Which
restricted
is
to
good.
color pies,
Which
which
I
is
think is
good.
good. Yeah.
But it is more complicated, and for a set that is supposed to be attracting new players, that seems bad.
Well, okay, but my art. Well, here we go. So my actually, I think that's true. Okay, so I didn't get to play enough. Like I only played one sealed, and my pool was really bad. Um, so I played blue white, but I didn't have any. I still don't know what the blue white archetype is. And so I didn't have any real synergies. I had some draw two, some attack alone, but not enough of it to actually make any of it worth it, right? I just had that agent Sharon Carter. Like Agent 13 Sharon Carter is good, so good on her own that like I don't even care what the archetype is. Like I was just making a clue every turn because in a control deck you want
Mhm.
to just keep
To
drawing cards, right? So she would just let you just
yeah.
keep drawing cards, which was awesome. But yeah, anyway, I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on. Uh, and you know what? I'm gonna guess this is probably gonna be pretty common in sealed for Marvel because of the three matches I played against, the three opponents. Two of them didn't have any. I didn't notice any synergies in their deck or
Okay.
like
Mhm.
massive payoff synergies. The one I lost to was a very strong, very synergistic blue red artifact deck with the excuse me, with the Iron Man. This one right here, Master of Machines,
Uh-huh.
super good. Whenever so basically once Iron Man attacks, if an artifact entered, you draw a card, right? They had this red common that just 2 mana create a treasure.
Oh,
So
so they
so an
always drew.
artifact that enters every turn, not only that it fixes your mana, it ramps you, and it pumps Iron Man because its power is equal to the number of artifacts you have. This one right
Yeah.
here, it's a 1 mana 1/2. It's common.
Mhm. Oh, and it's his assistant.
Yeah, it's Pepper Potts,
That's
right? I
funny.
don't know if that's
Yeah,
Pepper
yeah,
Potts,
yeah.
but anyway, so they had this Stark Industries executive, and so every turn they would make a treasure, pump Iron Man, and draw a card when an Iron Man attacked. And Iron Man has vigilance, so then it just blocks everything. So it totally destroyed me, and it's flying, of course. So yeah, but but yeah, so the other two decks I played against, I didn't see any synergies, and I just think sealed in this format is probably going to be a lot like that. All right, so the main reason now I need to try this. I need to try a draft of this because maybe draft. I mean, draft is always better and more fun than sealed. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping draft will be a lot better. A warning to those out there: like the Arena Direct is actually, I believe, it's next weekend to play on Arena for the collector box of Marvel Superheroes.
The, the real life collector spots.
Real life collector box that they'll never
Yeah,
mail out to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm still waiting on my Strixhaven ones.
Oh,
And they
interesting.
haven't even reached out to me for the Strixhaven one yet.
Yeah,
Like,
interesting.
I won 2 Strixhaven collector boxes from the Arena Direct, and what they do is I think they give you like you have to set up an account, and then they give you a code that you put into your account or something like that, and then you can redeem it. They haven't even sent me the email giving me that stuff yet, so who knows?
Mm.
Anyway, so I think when people play the Arena Direct, if you're not lucky, but this kind of goes for every set. If you're not lucky playing sealed and you don't open the good stuff, like it's just not gonna win. And then another problem is because it's Universe Beyond, they're gonna charge an extra 1,000 gems to enter.
What
So
is that
the
equivalent
universe
to?
within, I think it's like 7,000 gems to enter or six, and then it's 1,000 more
Mm-hmm.
for Universe Beyond products.
But what's 1,000 gems equivalent to
I
ish?
I think 1,000 gems is
$20.
$5. I think it's
Oh,
200 gems
$5.
per dollar.
I see.
And and so they charge 1,000 gems more for Universe Beyond, but this box is worth basically exactly the same as a Strixhaven box, like at around $450. Which, by the way, Strixhaven boxes have been going down in price, so it might be close to time to buy some more Strixhaven collector boxes if it ever falls to under $400, which I don't think it will. But if it does, I'm gonna buy some. All right, so
And that you're talking, yeah, you're talking specifically like just the collector's boxes are dropping, right?
collectors, yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing I noticed when I was playing, and this goes back to what you were saying, Jared, about when we were going over the mechanics. Remember power up, teamwork. I can't remember what the other mechanic, if there was any other new mechanics. And you were saying, oh, this is just kicker, and this is just connive, or not
Yeah.
connive, convoke.
Vote. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I totally agree. So what I felt and realized when I was playing is these mechanics are they're basically, yes, they're basically the same as what we've always had. They're not new, they're not unique, they're not any like they're not super fun.
I see. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, like compared to like for example, like in Strix, being able to cast a spell off your creature, that's new, that's unique. Like that's a brand new thing to have an instant of sorcery
like
cast off of
prepared,
a
right?
prepared creature. Prepared being,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm talking about prepared. Like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah. So uh yeah, like so it takes things like that to be like, holy crap, that's different and new. But yeah, these are for the most part regurgitations of everything that we already know, just with a superhero name on it.
Well, and then what I noticed is like these power ups, like all it does is just put +1/+1 counters on the creature, for the most part.
Usually, or and maybe a one-time effect like that
This
fight
one
ability
fights,
on
but
yeah,
even
yeah.
fighting something isn't that like it's fine, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like it didn't feel exciting.
Right.
It didn't feel new. I didn't feel like I was doing something special or new. I just felt like I was putting +1/+1 counters on things. You know, things
Yeah,
that you just
sure.
normally do in Magic. Just none of it felt unique. Like if you just, man, look at how many cards that just say put +1/+1 counters on things. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
looked over at the match, the two people playing next to me, and I looked at their
Yeah.
board, and there was just +1/+1 counters on everything. Look,
Mhm.
even look at this screen right here. Do you see how many cards? I know we're looking at green, but look how many
Mhm.
cards. I think almost every single card in front of me puts +1/+1 counters.
But
Look
yeah,
at this. War Hulk, power up on Abomination, Alien
mhm.
Invasion. This
And then
token,
on the top, even the top up to the power up there,
this
the
Wakanda Royal
Wakandan
Guard.
Royal Guard. The
Uh,
one undercover skull doesn't do plus encounters, but it does just get a buff. Uh,
yeah, I mean, and then I don't know. I just felt like, look, the thing put +1/+1 counters. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter. I mean, we're in green, but maybe if we go
I
to a
mean,
different
yeah.
color,
But even if you go to connive is plus encounter, but
Kanai's
it's
yeah. So
uh,
every time I looked at someone's board, it was just
uh,
full of +1/+1 counters. The payoffs for doing either of those things didn't seem that it wasn't that interesting to me. So like
yeah.
my payoff for attacking a creature alone, other than like Agent 13, which is probably my favorite card from that sealed.
That's
You make a
basically
clue.
Tammy. That's basically Tamio too.
Yeah, is it? I mean, okay, so the payoffs other than that was just like your creature gets buffed. Like right here, Agents of Shield. It's just your creature gets +1/+1 until end turn. Or I had like another creature that like if you drew your second card, I had two creatures, Kid Loki, which I'll show you right here in blue, which is like 1 mana, and when you draw your second card, he gets a +1/+1 counter. What a surprise! And then I had this Atlantean crab or something, and it was a 3 mana 3/2 vigilance. And whenever you draw your second card, guess what? you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So if maybe it was just blue white, but it felt like the payoffs were just not fun, not interesting because all I got was +1/+1 counters. And so it felt, and when I was watching my opponents play against me, okay, other than the artifact deck, which I thought was which I thought could have, could be interesting. Um, Other than that one deck, my other two opponents, which I can't even remember what they do because none of it stood out to me, they didn't do anything that special. So I don't know. It felt a little bit like a core set, which maybe makes sense because they're trying to attract beginners. Like it just felt like a beginner set in a way because the mechanics, they're trying to put like, they're trying to make it seem all cool using superhero lingo, team up and power up and uh or on some avian telepathy, right? Which literally is just when he enters, create a 1/1 flyer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
They've been doing that for a while. That started in the first D&D set though, where they started naming like it's just an ability, but they gave it a fun flavor
Yeah,
by
which
giving
is
it a
which is
name.
fine, which is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
But I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know. Something about it, like it just didn't feel it.
yeah.
It just felt like a core
I,
set to me, kind of like I didn't.
that makes total sense. I mean, isn't historically the summer set is usually the core? It's
But
usually the
Final
core
Fantasy
set.
was the summer set last year. We
Yeah,
just
that's
we
true.
got spoiled by Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
but yeah, because and then literally the foundations, the most recent actual core set was actually like a winter set, which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, historically speaking, usually the summer set was the core set. Yeah, but in recent times that doesn't seem to be the case. But I mean, based on you saying with the one counters and everything, like I mean, only thing is like based on what I even just like with your initial thing where it's like hard to find the archetypes and there seems to be a lot of cloudiness in like what you can do and a kind of a bad sealed experience while at the same time it being kind of dumbed down or like simple mechanics to make it easier for a beginner player. They just seem to kind of be at odds with each other, that like complicated draft slash sealed experience with simplistic abilities means that both camps are unhappy. The experienced players who want a complicated environment aren't happy about it, and then the beginner players are like, "What the hell's going on?"
Um, and there's like I think black has some sort of equipment synergy. I'm not sure, right? Because I did see some black cards in my pool where it was like, and let me pull out the black cards here. I had the whip guy from that Iron Man movie. Do you remember that when he was fighting this guy Whiplash?
Oh, Blash! Oh, yeah,
Okay,
okay.
so when Whiplash attacks, you lose life where X is number of equipment attached to him, right? So it seemed like black had some equipment. I had another equipment
That's
thing. I think it was swordsman.
really black equipment. That's interesting.
So
That's
whenever
different.
another villain enters, you attach a target equipment to target creature, and then whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, it connives, right? So and then there's like stolen Stark tech, which is
And
just
how
your
how
like
much?
flash, give them indestructible equipment.
Yeah. Was there? Did you? I know that there is equipment, but did you feel like there was enough equipment to even warrant equipment
Yeah,
strategies? I guess
yeah,
it just depends on what you open
I
and
did.
everything,
Yeah,
right?
but again, sealed is all luck. Depends on what you open. Like
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
have those equipment payoffs, but if you didn't open any equipment, what's the point, right?
yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, there's a lot of equipment. Captain America shows are rare. There's I got a lot of these. This one, vibranium energy daggers, 1 mana equip
I
3. It's
see.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
indestructible, and then it gives +2/+2. Black has 2 equipments, I believe, or one. At common or uncommon. There was equipment all over the place, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
It
yeah.
just felt
Okay.
like okay when we played Final Fantasy, there was an equipment deck in Final Fantasy, red white,
Yeah, yeah.
and it had
Yeah,
job
I got that in
select.
I got that in my sealed and that like I got like the perfect sealed. I got second place in that.
Yeah,
I,
and
I felt
Final Fantasy had job select, which was
yes.
I mean, that's not new because we had for Mirrodin in I can't remember what set
And
that
you
was.
and that was all play on Living Weapon too.
Okay, yeah.
Living Weapon's the original one, yeah.
But the equipment in this set, they're just basic equipment.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
think yeah, with just yeah. When
like
you
it
I guess
just
when you
pumps.
have an equipment archetype, it definitely helps to have those for Mirrodin type abilities because then you can kind of go heavy on equipment but not be totally screwed over on the creature basis. Because even building a commander like a equipment commander deck, that's one of the biggest problems is like where you need to have that that threshold of the right number of equipment, but also the right number of creatures because you need both. So having equipment that come in with creatures or creatures that come in with equipment uh, are really important. And so it's hard to play that archetype without cards like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt I didn't like none of the stuff. Even as I'm looking through the stuff, most of it doesn't interest me
Mhm.
too much. Some of the mythics are
I
cool.
there's a maybe like between 3 and 5 cards where I go that might be good in my commander deck. But I'm just I have such a bad taste in my mouth about about the whole set and not really wanting Marvel in general in my decks that I'm like I don't want any of these cards enough that I'm even gonna buy them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm really
Some of the stuff is okay. I just didn't it didn't my one experience. So I'm gonna do some drafts. I'm hoping that'll be more fun. And then just one other thing, like some of the art, like Agent 13 Sharon Carter,
Mhm.
or even Agent Phil Coulson. Oh, this card is ridiculous. It's a 2 mana, 2/2 vigilance. And you just tap it. You put a +1/+1 counter on each other hero. Oh, is blue white
Okay.
a hero deck? Like I see. Is that what the theme
So
is?
that was my first guess, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, but this
Hey,
card was
wow,
ridiculous. I didn't have that, but I that card's really good for limited.
that could be good. You don't have to be in blue white. You can be in white, anything but white and black.
Right.
That would probably be good.
No, anything but black and just black, right?
Which is, yeah, yeah, a lot of the villains are black, right? Maybe some red.
Yeah. It some of the art, like Agent Sharon Carter, like
Mm,
come on, such a boring art right here.
hmm
It's literally just her opening a door.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't even know who that is.
I have no idea who that is either. But like,
Yeah, I'm assuming she works for Shield or
because
something
she's a
like that.
spy, so she's
Yeah.
like, she doesn't even look like she's that sneaky right here. She's literally just opening a door. Like, couldn't have. I don't know.
Yeah, but
She
she
couldn't.
put
She
her
can't
in
be
like
doing anything else that's more interesting than
yeah,
just
like
opening a door
even like hacking
and being on the
something
phone or
or
something.
taking like a taking something out of a cabinet. Who knows, right?
I don't know. I just felt like some of the okay. Oh, but I do remember some of the foiling was pretty cool. Like I had this Captain Marvel foil, and I think they did a pretty good job on the foil. Like this trail
Okay,
was like nice and shiny.
I see.
So like I like when they do foiling on specific parts of a card, and other parts are actually not foil, because then they could be lazy and just make the whole thing foil.
Hmm
But some cards they'll actually like choose a specific part of it that they foil.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like when you get Captain Marvel in foil, you actually notice the trail is like extra foily. This card right here, Hero in Training, it was so
Mm,
cool in foil. Like this
I see that.
light electric thing or whatever's going on right here, all of that is foil, and then the character in yellow is not foil, and so it makes that person pop out. It looks really cool.
I see.
So good job on that. But yeah, I don't know. Just some of the art just didn't feel like when I played it. It just felt really bland. And this nurse, I don't know.
Human hero.
I just feel like I don't know. They just feel boring. The art just seems
Mhm.
boring on some of it. Some of it's okay.
I've been on record. I just don't I don't like the whole set.
But that's basically it. I did not enjoy the pre-release. Maybe because I had a really bad pre-release pool. Um, I'm gonna give this a couple tries on draft, on arena, maybe once in person. That's probably it. Gonna be waiting for the Hobbit, which honestly, like, I'm excited for, but I think it's gonna suck too, because it's one of those small pick two sets. But you know what? The Ninja Turtles set, I I actually had fun drafting Ninja Turtle. Okay, let's take a look at the prices of the singles and the seal boxes really quickly. So basically, for the comic book cover special treatments, there's only 3 of them out of, I think there are 20 of them. Only 3 of them are currently above $100, and this Captain America one's only at 107, like about 139 for Doctor Doom, and Thanos is at 238, which has been dropping.
Mhm.
Like, the value of, I think
No,
Shang-Chi's a little bit
Shang-Chi.
over 100.
Cool.
But the value of,
That one's cool looking. I still think it's the
yeah, it
coolest
is.
looking
I
one.
think it is the coolest one. But the
I
value,
mean,
no, sorry, no, Thanos is the coolest one. Shang-Chi is the second
and wait a
coolest.
minute, those prices, is that a foiled one?
Do
Or
they
can they
come
be
in? I
foiled?
think they're always
Or they're
foiled.
always foiled? Okay.
Yeah,
Those would, assuming that they do selective foiling
they're
treatment, like
always
on that
foiled.
like on the dragon or something like that, that would probably look pretty cool in real life.
That would look really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah, so even the Thanos, because it's so kind of, there's some like rainbow qualities to it. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the background and stuff, that would probably look pretty cool.
yeah. But like, the singles are just gonna be so cheap in this set. I already, like, and this is
Hmm.
still pre-sale. Like,
Well, yeah. But what about how's
the Mind Stone
the
62,
mind the mind stuff?
the base
That's
version.
that's cheaper. Is that about how much the Soulstone was going
It's
for at the
about,
beginning, or was
I think it's
yeah,
about the
yeah,
same.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, the Mind Stone, it's always gonna be worth like over $50. Soulstone, I think,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
close to 90 now.
Yeah, I
And
think
people
so.
are saying that Soulstone will always be worth more for 2 reasons. One, it's a better card, and
Uh-huh.
2, there is likely fewer Spider-Man packs opened than, like, this set will be opened
Mm,
more than Spider-Man,
I
just
see.
because this is a
I see.
better set.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
better limited experience. So because this set is gonna likely be open more, there will probably just be more supply of the Mind Stone, of the base version, out there.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've I've a fish man because I haven't been doing Brawl as much as I used to, but even since the Soulstone came out, and Brawl is pretty much the only thing I do on Arena. It would That's kind of a prime place to see the card. I've seen it very rarely.
Which
I've
card?
only seen it the Soulstone.
Oh,
Uh, I've only seen it 3 to 5 times or something, and never seen it activated. It's that Commander is definitely a place for it to like. There's a lot more board wipes and stuff that happen, so like there's just room to have this rock that sits there and eventually activate kind of deal. Uh, and I guess there's just the argument that if you were playing Charcoal Diamond, then this is just automatically an upgrade. Or even if you were playing Arcane Signet in a mono black deck, this is like something, or even or like Arcane Signet in a mono white deck for the Mind Stone. These are just automatic upgrades because they just do the same thing, but they're better. But for their price tags, man, like they just don't. I don't think they ever do enough. You're not going to be activating that ability all that much. They're usually just going to be a freaking mono rock. Uh, so the price tag they have is just kind of insane. Like they're only like that because they're eventually going to get part of an Infinity Gauntlet.
I think that the singles are gonna be really, really cheap for this set, and given how cheap these comic book cards are,
Hmm.
it's definitely not going to be worth opening a collector box of
I
this
see.
set, because I think there's like, you're going to get one of these per box. And so a
Hmm.
box is like
Really, you only get one of those per box?
$500 after
Mm,
tax. Yeah, I think you only
I
get
see.
one. So if box is like $500 after tax, even if you get the best one, Thanos, it's only 200 something dollars, 240.
Hmm.
And this is pre-sale. It's gonna go down.
Drop. Yeah, yeah.
Um, so unless you
So you
hit this milestone,
that unless you hit that one of the one that one or the crazy Mindstone,
yeah,
and that's the only way,
it's
right?
just gonna be a huge. You're just gonna throw away like $200 to $400. So the collector box price has been holding up. It's actually been increasing. So surprised. I'm actually a little surprised about that. We're gonna have to see where it like what happens next Friday. I still don't think that this is gonna be like I don't think this is gonna go 500-600. Um, I think this is gonna drop, but I don't know. I could be wrong. You know, this could just maintain this price or stay in the low 500s, but I don't know. I just I think it's gonna drop. There's no way. It's only okay. There's only been 2,100 sold, and only 175 on the market. Like once this goes live on Friday, there's gonna be so many boxes that flood this market. The price is gonna go down,
Yeah.
probably to the low 400s. We'll see. I know for a fact that the play booster boxes there is like an infinite amount of these. Okay,
Okay.
and this is definitely gonna go down to like 120 for the play booster boxes. You know, and that's a
Still
good
too,
thing,
that's
right?
still too. That's
Like
true. But
the Marvel fans, you can get
you
your
get them.
cards for cheap
Hmm.
because nobody wants them other than the
Hmm.
big Marvel fans.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a good thing.
That's true. That's a
Yeah,
good way to
and
look at it.
like and then the other people who play Magic and don't care for Marvel or the set, like it doesn't matter because you're not going to be buying this stuff, you're not going to be collecting this stuff, you don't care if the stuff goes up in value or not, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll all be back here for the Hobbit. We'll have some fun with the Hobbit, and then the real set comes out, Reality Fracture. That's what we're looking forward to. All right, any last words
At
on
the
Marvel?
No, and, I mean, and I agree with all that. That the argument, the only argument is for those who like to play standard. You do have to pay attention to these cards
All right, well, thanks,
because
Jared.
you can still play with them. Yeah.
Thanks, Jared. Thanks everyone
Peace.
for tuning in. We'll be back next week. See you later.
See you later.